we're here at a mandress. We're talking to Sheila. Hi, Sheila.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, great. And Sheila is an amazing person, a makeup artist, an engineer. Tell us a little bit about
Oh,
you.
okay. Um, I am a professional makeup artist with 12 years experience. I custom make my own foundation. I also teach. I like to teach women how to appreciate how they look without caking on a lot of makeup
Hmm.
and just accentuating their natural look.
Hmm.
Um,
So you're into making women look good.
yes,
Did you
beauty from
ever?
the inside out.
Okay, and in that respect, do you ever think about men looking good?
Yes, I do. In fact, I've done headshots for men and have applied. I've had to apply makeup on men so that for better photography results as well.
And when you apply makeup on guys, how do they? What's their response?
A lot of them are. They're very supportive, but they feel uncomfortable. I can tell.
And they want it off very quickly.
Yes, they do.
But after they see the pictures or whatever, are they appreciative of the fact that they had makeup on?
Yes, because also the photographer, there's less editing for the photographer when you have makeup artists. And then when I tell them that actors, TV announcers, sportscast reporters wear makeup, then they're like, "Oh, I didn't know that."
Uh-huh. And so in men and makeup and the world of men, do you ever think about men's fashion? Tell me what you think about men's fashion, if you do think about it at all.
I do. I do sometimes. In fact, occasionally, like my husband will mention, "Hey, I need I need new clothes," and I think about men's fashion. I actually love men's fashion. I wish I could explore it more.
What do you love about men's fashion, Sheila?
I love the simplicity of men's fashion, and that, to be honest with you, it to me, I feel like it doesn't take as much time to figure out how to put things together. It's not as complicated. I don't know. That's my opinion.
And that's true. It's not complicated. But do you think that there's anything about men's fashion that needs twerking? Is it outside of the suit? Do you think that it's all okay?
Um, I really wish that there wasn't a labeled standard to how men should dress.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, sometimes we get into this rut where we think that something has to be age appropriate or fashion appropriate or size appropriate. But I feel like men are lucky because they don't have to think about as many things as women do. I wish men's wear had more accessories,
Mm-hmm.
maybe something different, something risky.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like, especially in this area, I think everybody kind of dresses the same.
So basically, in general, men's fashion are pretty monotonous, you think, perhaps, in a way?
Yeah, depending on the area you live, and
Mm-hmm.
and like, if for example, if you have to dress a certain way for work, I wish there was a little bit more flexibility where you felt comfortable knowing that if I walked into work wearing this, it's okay. um, I just think that there is a certain standard here, or a structure, that they need to wear a certain type of clothing for work,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't go outside of that.
Do you think if you could um, perhaps change that, how do you think you would to start off?
Um, it's human nature. I think when we start to see more and more of our peers wearing, um, going a little bit outside the area you live, everyone pretty much dresses the same way. Um, to change that, I think if more and more of men's peers, like if you are at a certain age and you feel like, oh, I cannot dress a certain way, if the peers started dressing that way, then it would help bring more of that trend to that age group. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I think when we're younger, we're more inclined to take fashion risks, but I'm hoping that, I guess, if we can convince a few of our peers to take that risk, then more and more men will jump on the bandwagon.
Do you think there are enough choices in men's fashion for them to take more risks?
In this area, no.
And in any area, so you think like
Well,
maybe.
specifically for this area, no.
But what about in general? I mean, around the world in general. Do you think there are enough accessible and acceptable choices for men to take more chances?
To be honest, no. I think that stereotypically we think, okay, when a man dresses up, he has to wear a suit. When he dresses down, it's jeans and a t-shirt. Sometimes there's a few things in between, but it's very simple, and there's not a lot more outside of that.
So you think there's something that we need to bridge that gap?
Yeah, spice it up a little, I guess.
Yeah. And there's something that we need to really think about, work on to bridge the gap and bring men's fashion to perhaps the level of, or somewhere near the level of choices in women's fashion.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, pretty much that's what we are here. That's what we talk about here at A Man Dress. That's our initiative, and that's what we look forward to for the future of men's fashion. One thing that we like to talk about here is what I call the manch, and it is a legless garment, reminiscent of the kilt. What do you think about that? Do you think that you would like to see men wearing that kind of garment generally?
I think it's very interesting. I think it's different than what you traditionally would see here in the stores. I definitely see the newer and upcoming generation going for it and really doing a good job modeling, wearing it to events, maybe clubs, maybe date nights, dinner. But honestly, like when you get to the older generation, I think it'll take a little more time before they will accept that change.
Recently I've observed designers are doing these type of things for men, but in my opinion, and observation, I think it's much likened to the skirt, and I feel like that there is a way that we can initiate these garments so that they're specific to the eyes for men, where a woman will look at it and everyone will look at it and know that it is for men. What's your thought on that?
Well, I figure if guys wear shorts, why not try that too? Show off your legs. Something. It's just something different.
And showing off the leg. Do you like to see guys' legs as a woman? Do you ever think about it?
No, I have 4 kids, so I don't get out much. But who doesn't, right?
Who doesn't like to see men's legs?
Who doesn't like to see legs? Yeah.
So you're saying you like to see men's legs?
I like to see.
So you do like to see guys' legs?
Well, my laughter was like a shy laughter, because I'd be lying if I said that as a woman you wouldn't like to see that, but.
So we like it. I like to see. I like to see guys' legs. I mean, women that I've talked to, they do. But it's interesting. You're being rather coy, because it's something we don't really talk about. Women don't say, "Oh, I like his legs," like guys will.
Yeah.
But that's, I guess, a part of being a woman, which is very interesting to me, and I think that's pretty awesome. Well, we like to see guys' legs. One of the things I'd like to see in terms of choice. Or those kinds of garment that's not necessarily a kilt. Also, in terms of colors and different designs, talk to me a little bit about that.
I wish more and more men explored more colors. Were comfortable with bolder colors. I honestly don't like the whole gender stereotype that pinks and purples are more for girls and not for men, when in actuality, I think depending on the man's skin tone, they would look really good in in the cool colors or in men's fashion.
Okay. I think if they had the availability, do you think if it was more accessible and available, they would, or do you think they just naturally are bred to stay away from things like that?
I think naturally they are like as a society we think that it's a little outside the box, but if it's like I said more available and more men start to wear it, it'll catch on. It'll catch on.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, Sheila, thank you so much for sitting with us and talk about this. And, we'll visit this again, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for checking in with me.
Okay, we'll talk soon.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.